Welcome to our channel. Today we're taking you on a journey, a right royal knees up if you will, through Scotland's most breathtaking destinations. Now I know what you're thinking, Scotland. Isn't that where they wear kilts and wrestle haggis? Well yes, there might be a kilt or two, and the haggis is quite tasty actually, but Scotland is so much more than that. From historic castles perched on rugged cliffs to stunning landscapes that'll take your breath away, these are the top 10 must-see places in Scotland. So buckle up, grab a wee dram of whiskey, and get ready to be amazed. Right then, let's kick things off with a cracker. Edinburgh Castle. Perched high above the city, this grand old dame has seen it all, honey. From royal shenanigans and bloody battles to state occasions that would make your head spin, this castle has stories for days. Imagine, if you will, Mary Queen of Scots pacing these very halls, a right drama queen she was, let me tell you. And let's not forget the honors of Scotland, the oldest crown jewels in Britain. Sparkly doesn't even begin to describe them. And the view? Oh, the view. From up here, Edinburgh stretches out before you like a tartan tapestry. You can see all the way to the Firth of Forth, where they say the Loch Ness monster pops up for a wee dram now and then. But don't take my word for it. Wander through the ancient walls, explore the dungeons if you dare, and listen closely. You might just hear the echoes of history whispering through the stones. Before we move on, here's a tip. Time your visit for the 1 o'clock gun. It's quite the spectacle, and you'll be able to tell everyone you were right under the firing line. Next up, we're off to the Scottish Highlands, a land of misty moors, rugged mountains, and of course, the legendary Loch Ness. Now who hasn't heard of Nessie, the elusive beastie that's been playing hide-and-seek for centuries? Imagine, if you will, a dark, mysterious loch shrouded in mist. It's enough to give you goosebumps, isn't it? Some say Nessie is a plesiosaur, a prehistoric creature that somehow survived extinction. Others say she's just a figment of our imagination. But let me tell you, there have been enough sightings to make you wonder. Now, even if you don't catch a glimpse of Nessie, there's still plenty to see and do around Loch Ness. You can visit Urquhart Castle, a crumbling ruin with a dramatic history, or take a scenic cruise on the loch. Just keep your eyes peeled for any ripples in the water. And if you're feeling peckish, why not try some local delicacies? Haggis, neeps, and tatties are a must-try, and don't forget a wee dram of whiskey to warm you up. Now, if you're looking for a place that's straight out of a fairy tale, then look no further than the Isle of Skye. This magical island is known for its rugged landscapes, picturesque villages, and of course, its whiskey. Imagine, if you will, dramatic cliffs plunging into the sea, rolling hills dotted with sheep, and charming villages where the locals speak Gaelic. It's enough to make you want to pack your bags and move in, isn't it? One of the most iconic sights on Skye is the Old Man of Storr, a towering rock formation that looks like something out of a Tolkien novel. Legend has it that the Old Man is a giant who turned to stone, and if you climb to the top, you'll be rewarded with breathtaking views. And if you're a fan of whiskey, then you're in for a treat. Skye is home to Talisker Distillery, one of the oldest working distilleries in Scotland. Take a tour, sample the local brew, and learn all about the art of whiskey making. But don't forget your camera. The Isle of Skye is a photographer's paradise, and you'll want to capture every moment of its magic. Stirling Castle, fit for a king or queen. Now let's talk castles, shall we? And not just any castle, but Stirling Castle, a right royal residence that's hosted kings and queens for centuries. Perched high on a volcanic crag, Stirling Castle dominates the skyline like a scene from Game of Thrones, only with better snacks. This is where Mary Queen of Scots, that fabulous drama queen, spent her childhood. Imagine her, a wee lass, running through these grand halls causing a right royal ruckus. And let's not forget the Great Hall, a masterpiece of medieval architecture that's hosted countless banquets and celebrations. But Stirling Castle isn't just about history. It's about the stories, the scandals, the battles won and lost. It's about standing in the footsteps of kings and queens and feeling the weight of history on your shoulders. So, put on your best crown, grab a scepter, and get ready to rule the day at Stirling Castle. Just try not to start any wars, all right? Glencoe. Next, we're off to Glencoe, a place of haunting beauty and tragic history. Now I have to warn you, this one's a bit of a tearjerker. Glencoe was the site of the infamous massacre of 1692, a dark chapter in Scottish history. Imagine, if you will, a remote glen surrounded by towering mountains. It's a place of breathtaking beauty, but also one of great sadness. In 1692, the MacDonald clan, who called Glencoe home, were betrayed by their guests. the Campbell clan in a bloody massacre. Today, Glencoe is a popular destination for hikers and nature lovers, but the memory of the massacre still lingers, a reminder of the brutality of man and the importance of forgiveness. Take a moment to reflect on the past, pay your respects to the victims, and marvel at the resilience of nature. Glencoe is a place that will stay with you long after you've left. The Royal Mile. Right then, let's head back to Edinburgh for a wee stroll down the Royal Mile. Now, despite its name, the Royal Mile is actually a tad longer than a mile, but who's counting? It's a right royal ramble through the heart of Edinburgh's Old Town, packed with historic buildings, quirky shops, and more pubs than you can shake a stick at. Imagine, if you will, cobblestone streets lined with shops selling everything from cashmere scarves to shortbread biscuits. You can find a kilt in every color of the rainbow, and the smell of fish and chips wafts through the air. Start at Edinburgh Castle, because why not? Then, meander down the Royal Mile, popping into shops, dodging street performers, and soaking up the atmosphere. Be sure to stop by St. Giles's Cathedral, a Gothic masterpiece with a crowned spire that'll knock your socks off. And if you're feeling peckish, why not grab a pie and a pint at one of the many pubs? Right then, let's swap our city shoes for hiking boots and head to the great outdoors. Cairngorms National Park, the largest national park in the UK, is calling. It's a vast wilderness of mountains, forests, and lochs just begging to be explored. Imagine, if you will, snow-capped peaks reflected in crystal-clear lochs, ancient forests teeming with wildlife, and rushing rivers perfect for a spot of salmon fishing. It's enough to make you want to ditch the city and become a park ranger, isn't it? If you're feeling adventurous, why not climb Ben Macdui, the highest peak in the Cairngorms? Or, for a more leisurely pace, take a scenic drive along the Snow Road Scenic Route. Keep your eyes peeled for red deer, golden eagles, and maybe even a wildcat or two. And if you're visiting in winter, be sure to pack your skis. Cairngorm Mountain is a popular ski resort, perfect for a spot of downhill fun. Now, have you ever seen a castle so picture-perfect, so utterly charming, that you just wanted to pinch its cheeks? Well, get ready to swoon because Eilean Donan Castle is about to steal your heart. Perched on a tiny island where three lochs meet, Eilean Donan is straight out of a fairy tale. It's been featured in countless films and TV shows, and it's not hard to see why. Imagine, if you will, a stone bridge arching over the water, leading to a castle that looks like it's about to set sail. The mountains rise up in the background, and the whole scene is just begging to be Instagrammed. Eilean Donan has a long and storied history, dating back to the 13th century. It's been destroyed and rebuilt several times, and it's now one of the most visited castles in Scotland. Take a tour, learn about its fascinating past, and be sure to snap plenty of photos. Eilean Donan is a place that will stay with you long after you've left. Right then, let's stretch those legs and climb Arthur's Seat, an extinct volcano that offers panoramic views of Edinburgh. Don't worry, it's not as strenuous as it sounds. There are paths for all abilities, and the view from the top is worth every step. Imagine, if you will, standing on top of an ancient volcano, the wind whipping through your hair, and the city of Edinburgh spread out before you like a map. You can see all the way to the Firth of Forth, and on a clear day, you can even spot the Kingdom of Fife. Legend has it that Arthur's Seat was once the site of Camelot, the legendary court of King Arthur. Whether or not that's true, it's a magical place with an air of mystery and grandeur. Pack a picnic, grab your camera, and get ready to experience Edinburgh from a whole new perspective. And finally, we end our journey with a modern marvel, the Kelpies. These 30-meter-high horsehead sculptures are a sight to behold, a testament to Scotland's industrial past and its enduring connection to these majestic creatures. Imagine, if you will, two giant horse heads rising up from the ground, their steel manes glinting in the sun. They're both awe-inspiring and slightly intimidating, like something out of a science fiction film. The Kelpies were inspired by the mythical Kelpies of Scottish folklore, shape-shifting water spirits that could disguise themselves as horses. These magnificent creatures are a symbol of strength, endurance, and the transformative power of nature. Take a walk around the Kelpies, marvel at their size and scale, and learn about the engineering feat that brought them to life. It's a fitting end to our journey through Scotland, a country where ancient myths and modern marvels collide. Well, there you have it. Our whirlwind tour of Scotland's top 10 must-see places. From ancient castles and mysterious lochs to modern marvels and breathtaking landscapes, Scotland has something for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Pack your bags, grab your kilt, optional, but encouraged, and get ready for an unforgettable adventure. Scotland is calling, and trust me, you don't want to miss this party. Thanks for joining us on this tour of Scotland's top 10 must-see places. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel inspiration. See you in the next video.